I'm not calling the brand out, but it says protein boosted on there. Okay, not too bad. They have the protein range here, the whey protein powders, but the prices, in my opinion, are not great. So you would think this would have amazing macros, but it doesn't. What's up everyone? Today we're doing protein finds, and I'm going to do this across the most of the supermarkets in the UK, and we're going to start from Costco. So as you can see, we're here now, and we're going to look at anything and everything that I think is a good buy, especially if you're on a budget as well, and I'll see you guys inside. Okay, so this isn't really a high protein find. However, stroop waffles, which are arguably the best dessert you can probably get. The obvious one is obviously you've got your meats that are all across their thing. So we're not really going to talk exactly about the meat offering in terms of what they have raw wise, because it's obvious you go to the supermarket, you can find meat raw, cooked or whatever. I'm after more about like the things that you may not know or that might surprise you that has a good amount of protein that I would recommend myself. So we'll keep moving. Obviously you've got those raw meats. One thing that we don't really need an honourable mention for that needs to be mentioned is the roast chicken. Unbeatable value. I think it's about £6 for a full roast, and it's cooked already, so you don't have to waste your time cooking. Okay, so what I'm after really is things that you might not know have high protein. So fish, chicken, lamb, everything. That's quite obvious, right? So we're just going to check this. It's a Spanish, what's that? Tortilla, Spanish tortilla. So it's got onions, potatoes, I think. So it looks like it should be high in protein because it kind of looks like an omelette. So per 100 grams, there's 4 grams of protein. So if you're going to use this for protein, good luck. You're probably going to need about 58 of these, and I've broken the packaging. Shit. Alright people, I think I'm onto something. So cheeses, you normally wouldn't go for the protein content because widely known as like a fat source. However, mozzarella from this brand here, I don't know where it's imported from. However, you can get it obviously in Costco's. But look at the macros on that. So we're looking at per 100 grams, you're looking at 213 calories, that says, and 18 grams of protein. So as far as the cheese goes, that's not that bad, you know, because you can fulfill your cravings a bit or have it as a side, and it still carries a lot of protein. So that there, although I'm not buying it, that is a good buy. That's a good thing to purchase, I reckon, if you are looking for something on the side of your chicken, fish, and all sorts. So that is my first find of the day that has protein in, that we may not have thought had it. I mean, there might be some more cheeses here that will carry something similar. I don't think any of these hard yellow cheeses will be high in protein. So this one, I'm lying, but look at the calories now. It's got 416 calories versus 25 grams of protein. So the ratio is arguably way, way worse. Now, if you're in Costco and you don't get this for high protein, you're missing out. This is arguably the best protein ratio I've seen on a yogurt. I think they say, like, when you ask someone from Iceland, or the known thing, the done thing basically says it's a cheese. But yeah, so you guys can't see, you know, the focus is a bit of a problem here, but it's 56 calories in 100 grams for 10 grams of protein, and it's vanilla flavored as well. So for your desserts, that has to be the one. Also £3.50, can't beat that. So a kilo of yogurt / cheese, 56 calories at 100 grams. I mean, it's next to nothing. It's like 2 rice cakes, but it's got 10 grams of protein. Okay, this is an obvious one. Because it's such a good deal, we have to include it. It has to be these eggs here. The Oakland's ones, £8.49 basically, and you'd get 5 dozen Class A, and they also like line quality as well. So it's not like you're paying for anything that is not up to quality. I think someone's opened these just to check what they look like, and I've never had any issues, and it's about 14p per egg as opposed to 20-30p's as you'd have in like your standard Aldi, Asda or anywhere else. So, and like I said, it's an obvious one. It's too good of a deal not to tell you guys. Another bonus item, so not really a protein find, but just there's a couple of those I want to have in this video. So the porridge oats, £5.49, no VAT, 1.5 kg each pack, and there's 2 of them in there. That's something you definitely need to take home if you are in Costco. Another bonus item for you guys, 2 of these sprays. They are 383 grams each, £11.49, no VAT again, and it's a cooking spray. So it says 0 calories, but you got to be careful. It says here 100 grams has 900 calories. Obviously, if you don't go crazy and spray it properly, it's probably one of the best value sprays you can get. Okay, I said no fish, however, it's a good deal, man. I've got to give it to them. £12.49, no VAT. You got pink salmon, skinless and boneless as well, so you don't need to worry about getting injured or whatever. 100 grams, 98 calories, and 20 grams of protein. Get that in the basket. Now, obviously, you've got your nut butters. There's almond butter as well, peanut butters. But for protein, I mean, just to put it in perspective, let's take a look, right? Per 15 grams, you have about 100 calories, so 90 something calories, and we are looking at 3 grams of protein. So if someone goes, oh, it's high in protein, that is not the case. So if you're using that as a protein source, wrong answer. So just like the peanut butter, I'm going to say the same for these. I'm not calling the brand out, but it says protein boosted on there, so you'd assume it has a lot of protein in there. However, per serving of 50 grams, you're looking at 222 calories and 7.8 grams of protein, so not great either. Alright, so you know what I said, like, you need to watch out for some of these that are that say there's high protein, this, that. 10 grams of protein per serving. Sounds good, right? Alright, so per 100 grams, that's not a serving, granted, but per 100 grams, we're looking at 472 grams of, calories and 35 grams of protein. That ratio sucks, man. There's another one of them as well. Look, 7 grams of protein. It's all over the packaging. These are chip peas. But for them, same thing. 465 grams of calories. Sorry, 465 calories for 25 grams of protein. The ratios are not looking good. Not too bad. Wild West beef jerky, original. 303 calories per 100 grams, 36 grams of protein. So, I mean, yes, a C or a B minus. We found something else here as well, which is quite good. Biltong. Am I being stupid? I don't know what that is. What is this? Oh, it's beef. Oh, 100 grams, 271 calories, 40 grams of protein. Found another one. I think we have found another one. It has to be this. Yeah. Found another champion. Maybe obvious, but Costco's the only ones doing it because it's Kirkland. 11.49, no VAT, and macros are 234 calories per 100 grams and 35 grams of protein. Of course, they have the protein range here, the whey protein powders, but the prices, in my opinion, are not great. So this, I'm sure, online you can pick it up a lot cheaper. Yeah, it's £42 here for 1.62 kg. I think gold standard is probably overpriced anyway. I mean, there's probably any future sponsors going down the line not going to happen anymore, but I'd rather tell you guys the truth. There's more protein range. There's a bigger protein range on the other side. I know they've got Cymax, they've got USN, obviously you've got USN here as well. But like I say, the prices versus compared to online are not great. That was it, guys. I think the best food to protein ratio, in my opinion, that I found today at Costco was the mozzarella cheese. So that would have to be number one for me. Caught me by surprise. I know mozzarella cheese is usually quite good in macros versus the other one. I think if, like, with the yogurt slash cheese, the Skyer or Skier, however you say it, it's awesome. But I personally always prefer something like as a solid food rather than like a liquid-ish form. Now, granted, the Skyer is probably better in the way where it's got more protein for less calories. And protein obviously is just in general satiating. Now, me personally, I actually do eat a lot of Skier yogurt, and I actually do implement it in my diet here and there, and I found satiation is fantastic. Now, I don't have any personal experience with the mozzarella itself, but my common sense is telling me it's a physical, actual food. With that protein to calorie ratio, it should be bang on as well. So for me, Costco, obviously you had those beef jerkies and that little steak chip thing. They were fantastic as well. Slightly higher in calories, but then again, so is lamb, beef. They're just in general quite higher in calories. Now, I don't want this series to be like a case where I'm just going to look at random fish and chicken. We all know they have good protein to calorie ratio. Okay, they're all good finds. I'm trying to find those little things that you guys may not be aware of, those little stars and gems that you can buy that you're not aware of that can help you guys in the diet. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next supermarket with the same goal. And we're going to find some more high protein finds. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you are new. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Never felt a touch like this before. So divine.